Hi guys, this is Natalie Kramer with the ICT Analytics Final presentation on Google Merchandise Store. Let's get started. So for my first report, I decided to do audience overview. So when I was looking at the graphs, I saw like an increase in number of new sessions. I would like to also point out that the Google Merchandise Store, I think, is doing like a really good job of recruiting new users, but they're having a little bit of trouble having them return. So although returning users is only 27.5%, I think Google understands their market. Another insight I would like to bring up is the comparison between total number of sessions per user and the total number of pages. Total number of pages is 4.57, while the total number of sessions per user is only 1.25. So that probably affects the bounce rate and page views. Content page. So I found that 82% of of users are on desktop and the other are mobile. So it looks like Google Merchandise Store should figure out a way to incorporate an app, and that might bring up the mobile users. And we see here that while it's good that people are getting to the site, it looks like like a large percent of them are getting to the checkout page, but they're not, buying the products. Goal overview. Goal overview is full of conversions, rates, and goal rates. From the data, I found that the total goal completions are 4,408. So it's really good that Google Merchandise is making these goals, and I think it's a strong indicator of how the website is doing. With the total of goals that were reached in engagement user, it was 2,182. I found it really interesting that the amount of users that entered checkout was only 516. I think it's pretty important that Google Merchandise follow these trends and make sure they look at the numbers. Unfortunately, I found that the total abandonment rate is 39.56, which is not the best, and only about 26 purchases were completed in that span of time. Channels. So these channels provide data on where all the search traffic is coming from. I found the highest amount of traffic is coming from organic search. So organic search is important to pay attention to because it's the most common search tool and mechanism. The organic search total for Google Merchandise Store is 9,573 out of 16,374 total users. And then on the other hand, direct search is much less. So it looks like Google Merchandise Store needs to be paying attention to their organic search users. And it says here that 18.14% of the total traffic is organic. So that's pretty important to follow. Demographics. I thought it would be interesting to look into who was visiting the site and what kind of demographics the users had for Google Merchandise Store. So I was really surprised by how millennials basically took over the market for this demographics. 25 to 35 years old, that made up about 46.46% of the users, and only 106 users were 65 and up. So I wonder if Google Merchandise can do something to, I don't know, market more towards their elderly users and really try to get their numbers up with the 65 and plus. So site speed. I thought this one was pretty important. I just kind of wanted to go over their site speed, and it looks like for their average load time for each page is 3.59 seconds. And how that might look okay, but many sites like to have their goal load speed be at least 1 to 2 seconds. And I found that it matters what kind of browser you use. Like Safari was the fastest, but Firefox was all the way up to 9 seconds, so that's kind of ridiculous. So I wonder if that kind of affected like the bounce rate and why people left the Google Merchandise Store, or why the abandonment rate was over 50%. So yeah, those are some things to think about. Recommendations, I kind of was talking about them throughout the video, but I think they should target new users because it seems that they can get new users in, but they have a lot of problems with abandonment rate. So if they maybe, promoted discounts or some kind of like online deal, I might like bring people in more. I was thinking improve the look of the site more, like maybe make it more user friendly. Um, Maybe make the shopping cart like easier to access, stuff like that. And then I think they should promote ads for the site and really try to target mobile users because I think having a Google Merchandise app would be really useful. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. Thank you.